I could try and get rid of a bunch of my inventory here. I haven't got it all out. We'll worry about it later. But here we go. Oh, we're taking some hits though. Wow, there is quite a few. Oh hell, there is quite a few here, and I am taking a reasonable number of potential hits there. Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to Let's Play Empyrion Contact Point Alpha Start. I'm 7foot Dust Bunny, and here is my slightly wounded ship, which is slightly wounded. We still have some holes here and there to worry about. I think I might have picked up another one off camera. I think I got hit somewhere there at some point when I was fighting off drones. So, as you'll see, this base is a little bit more habitable, apart from, well, the obvious here, which appears to be this one. Let's get rid of you. And, yeah, we do have a minor teensy-weensy problem, being that we're actually a little bit short on CPU still. Now, this turns out to be due to something I didn't realise had become more of a thing in vanilla these days, is that cargo containers cost materials. No, sorry, cost CPU. Quite a bit of it, in fact. Now, I thought cargo containers didn't used to cost as much CPU as, say, what do you call it? Those cargo extender McGibble things. Yes, those. But basically now they do. They basically cost the same. So this, in terms of CPU, if we put this here, this per unit costs as much CPU as using a cargo controller. And that means that that is costing 960 CPU for that, and 1920 CPU for a big one. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and I've got a bunch here, basically containing the blocks that I've taken off the base. And because of that, we're very high on CPU. So there's a simple solution, and I mean, this is because downstairs I've done quite a lot of work. You'll see that this is all the base downstairs. I've basically got rid of loads and loads and loads and loads of blocks. And I've kept like a structure underneath, but this has taken me quite a bit of time. But as you can see, it's cost all this thing has cost me quite a lot in CPU, which I can ill afford at the moment. So here's my thought. It's not going to be particularly, shall we say, wonderfully useful, but if we can stick something into the factory, I might dump a bunch of these blocks into the factory just to pull all the stuff across. So let's have a look here. I am still tempted, and I know this is called Work in Progress CV, to bring in the White Star, because we barely got to know her in the previous playthrough. But that's going to take a bit of putting together, because we're going to need some thrusters, and we're probably going to need at least a T1, maybe T2 core to get her to take off. But I'm going to try, so I might regret this, because that's good. She's got quite a lot of CPU, quite a lot of cargo on board in herself. So yeah, that might be a bad move. What I'll probably try and do is unlock the stuff for her and then start putting the blocks in to get some of that together. But then I might test it off camera, because we might have to go for a smaller ship. So that's lesson 1 for today. will be basically, let's go and unlock a bunch of crap, which is 16 items here in the text tree. Ventilators, armored doors, container extensions, fuel tank 2, controller, that kind of stuff. So we basically need to go through and say fuel tank 2, we're going to need cockpits, we're going to need gravity, we're going to need small generators, probably going to need a large generator, probably some thrusters. We're going to want to grab that one, the glow light. I'm going to grab advanced constructor anyway, should be able to get a warp drive, cargo container, ammo boxes, controllers and extensions. Grab those, armored doors, ramps, boarding ramps I think we'll need, landing gear, armor locker, repair station, detector, and we'll see how far that gets us. Probably need one of that one as well, I think. And I'm not sure it had any weaponry or any thrusters on board at all in that state. So what else have we got? Ventilators, and ventilators. Okay, so that probably means we need to unlock ventilators. Just my thought there. So there we go. So for the minute we can add that to the factory, at least for now. That's the basic plan. And then what I can do is, oh, this one's empty already. Okay, I might have ditched that stuff. I'm going to take that one. This one is not empty. So what I'm going to do is chuck, oh, hang on, yep. Let's put that on there. Really, that's full already? Okay, fine. Because all these are concrete armor blocks and they weigh a metric ton. And the basic concrete blocks I'm probably not going to be able to put in, but we'll give it a go. So we'll see what out of this we can put in. Yoink, yoink, yoink. And I'm going to do this for a whole bunch of armor blocks. They have steel, they'll have a whole bunch of concrete I don't need. These will probably not go in, indeed. And then I'm going to scythe down the number of cargo containers we have here. So let me get on with that a moment. Okay, so with various blocks removed and put into the factory, we've still got 400 or more armored concrete blocks kicking around, along with 400 xeno blocks. So we've got plenty, but you know, we've reduced the situation. And we've still got other blocks and things kicking around here. Which reminds me, I'm going to put that somewhere. Let's put you up there. There we go. Now, I also did make myself an elevator so I can get out. And as you may see, we have some doors here, so the short hop is down inside. Now, with that reduction, we're now down to CPU level 186,000. So we got a few thousand to spare, which is good because I'd like to put some gun turrets on these four corners, which will help. And of course I'm going to need an ammo box for that, which is going to add to things. The other issue I need to think about, which is probably quite important, is that I'm running out of oxygen, as you may have noticed. And we don't have a lot of oxygen available at the moment. I'm literally crafting it breath by breath. So I need to do something about that situation as well, fairly urgently, because it's something I haven't paid enough attention to. To be quite honest, while I've been doing all of this. So I think I didn't bring the oxygen purifier with me. I did not. Wonderful. That's extremely helpful. So, having not brought the oxygen purifier with me, I need to make one. What do we need for an oxygen purifier? We need carbon substrate. which I might have some of in a basic carbon substrate form. And I need to learn which way to go into my base. So let's grab some of that. Carbon substrate, where are you? Really? 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 This is my life now? Okay. Screw it. It's gonna be in the short hop. Tell me it's in the short hop. Tell me I brought carbon substrate. There we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. We'll put one of those out. We'll make one of those. Get that going. In the meantime, we'll make a proper water collector as well. So can we possibly make a couple of water collectors? I bet we can. Where are they? Here? I'm sure they're around here somewhere. Yeah, let's make 3 of those. And now, whether I'm going to splop them in the water, I'm not that... I mean, I could splop them over here in the water. But I might just splop them in the snow. It depends on whether there's drones over there back at the water coming back. But I could just splop them in the snow and that will be fine. Because that would make life easy. Yeah, so let's get the purifier up to start off with. And we'll put it just outside here. Because oddly, I'm sure there's a good reason for it, but we've never been able to put these on top of blocks. See? You can put them there, but you can't put them on top of blocks. So you can just run like that. You'll run for 2 hours like that, so that's a start. And here we can probably just stick down some of these other ones as well. Let's grab those. And the other thing, of course, you'll see I'm not great on as well is food. Now these are not as efficient when working on snow, but in all honesty, right now I don't care that much. If it... Oh, hello. Hello there. I didn't notice you. Oxygen saved. But yes, I didn't notice that, which means the next issue is going to be food. Which I think I can start working on that as well. But yes, we know they're not hugely efficient, but that will be fine because we can splop these in. We've got enough fuel packs to manage the situation, and then some. And this should produce us plenty. Look, it's only 50% quality, but that's okay. Right, next up somewhere here we had an oxygen tank. See, I haven't moved all the blocks into blocks and vice versa, which I probably should do, but these I'm going to want. So yeah, you go here, you go here, and we'll probably splop down one of those as well. Really, that exceeds capacity? Really? Fine. Okay. Now, I can't remember if I put down an oxygen tank. I thought I put down a fuel tank. Did I put down an oxygen tank? I think I might have already slapped down an oxygen tank. Nope. Apparently not. Okay. So, oxygen tank it is. Yoink. And that means I can slap those in the oxygen tank. And I can slap you in here. Yoink. And we can breathe easy, thankfully. Now we just gotta try not to die from lack of food. Now, I do believe we probably have a food processor in here somewhere, do we not? No? No food processors? Really? Okay, those are gonna go in there just because they take up a lot of space and I don't need them. I don't know what else is taking up all the space. We'll grab those because they can go up. And we can get these going. So you see, these are almost made for it. So cannon turrets or minigun turrets? Honestly, my favorite is minigun turrets. The rounds are easier to make. They're compatible with the rounds on my ship. And 2, they fire quicker. They don't do as much damage, but they fire faster. And I don't know why that feels better to me. So we're going to put a couple of those down. I'll probably make a couple more if I survive, which I'm pretty sure I will, because I can probably sort out some grilled food here in a minute. So what have we got? Let's see, constructor. Yes, oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Constructor, let go from the fridge to the fridge. And oh, you don't do food at all, do you? Ah, balls. We'll use the short hops constructor for it. Anyway, I'll make some food. I'll sort that out, and then I'll probably put another couple of gun turrets up there, because we should be able to take 2 more gun turrets, and we need to put an ammo locker down and start that as well. Okay, so this is good timing. We've got pretty much there on the base, and the Zurax are here, so I guess it's a good time to check out the defenses. I still haven't offloaded all the stuff from the short hop, which is a little bit upsetting, because we are gonna be having to deal with a little bit of lag here, but at least we'll have some guns to help us in a second. So these guys are a reasonable way out. I could try and get rid of a bunch of my inventory here. I haven't got it all out. We'll worry about it later. But here we go. Oh, we're taking some hits though. Wow, there is quite a few. Oh hell, there is quite a few here, and I am taking a reasonable number of potential hits there. There we go. Whoa, so that was more potential hits than I thought, and there's even a bloody troop transport as well. So that was quite a heavy attack. That's probably one of the heaviest attacks I've seen in a while. But should be okay. We'll be able to pick up some spoils, hopefully. Let's see what we got here. You have given us a homing rocket launcher. Isn't that nice? And some power coils, always appreciated. Flux coils, also appreciated. And of course, all the fuel you have is very much appreciated, as always. And any bad guys coming? Nope. There's a couple of... I don't know if that's raptors over there. No, that's not raptors. That's walking burgers. So they can be eaten if I need them later. But yeah, not bad. Picked up a bunch of stuff. Managed to see off the base attack relatively easily. Took a small amount of damage, which is one of the things I wish they had introduced, which I don't think they've done yet, is like an auto repair system for your base, where you'd have to put in like resources, and it would take time and it would use power, but the base could technically then repair itself. You know, wouldn't be able to, so say, replace lost blocks, but would actually be able to repair itself in terms of... Oh god, it's dark in here. I didn't realize how dark night was going to be. But yeah, I mean, does repair itself in terms of, you know, there's not a lot of damage there. A little bit of damage on these concrete blocks, but this is all armored concrete anyway, hence it being very useful for having a base. So with that, our base is pretty much together. So my plan now is to start going out and looking at the wreck situation and possibly seeing if we can convert some of this into a grow room, which will be the next plan, because that will give us food. So we need to get some grow plots. But we have food being made, we have some things, and we even have a whole meat burger to look at, so that's good. This is hammering out bullets, which will run out. I know I've got it making a stupid number, but what I've done is just, once it burns through a bunch of my nitrocellulose, I'll stop. I mean, I might stop anyway here, because it's about it. Once it gets up to like 8,000, that'll be plenty. But I'm probably gonna just sleep the night through. God, this ship is getting a little wounded now. We're missing quite a few blocks here and there. A repair bay or repair at, say, Polaris or something would not go amiss. Okay, so morning has come through and the base is also now pressurized, and I did forget to turn this off, so we now have a lot of bullets but we have no steel left, which is unfortunate. But never mind, we can get more. That's not that hard to come by. Plus, our gun turrets do keep shooting something. I thought I had put all these... Yeah, I thought I put all these off predator and prey, so I'm not sure what's shooting what, but it probably deserves to be shot if it's being shot, so that's fine. Now, one thing I will show you, just, I know lots of people have seen this, but there does seem to be some new people new to Empyrion watching as well. So if you press N, you bring up, you've got this building menu here, but you've also got a debug menu. You can turn on things like mass, structural integrity, which as it goes redder, these are less structurally stable. Center of mass, oxygen and airtight blocks, which are green, but here this is show oxygen. So blue and O2 is happy. If it's black with a red O2, it means it's traveling towards a leak. So if there is a leak, it would travel towards it. So for example, if I took this away, it would go down there, because rock isn't considered airtight. And when I pop these through to put some grow plots in here, I will turn the oxygen off using the main menu here to turn oxygen off, because we've not got vast amounts of oxygen, and you'll see this will fill back up when I do that. But if I pop it open with all this in, all that oxygen will be lost, and I don't want to do that. So just worth noting, for a few seconds there, we'll turn that back off. And now what we'll do is we'll go out and we'll start seeing if we can pick up some bits. And I'll have to clear this one out a second because I've forgotten to clear it out. So I'll clear all this out and then we'll go and see if we can pick up some extra bits. Okay, so we're good to go now. Hopefully there won't be... Oh, there is one drone back over here. So let's pop this drone off, because we could do without you. Now, someone was saying that a mid is basically a CV ready to go. My understanding is that the mid doesn't have much in the way of thrusters, but we'll check that out. And of course, the stupid thing I've just realized that I have done, which I might be alright if I transfer a bunch of this into my cargo controller, because I'd forgotten I picked all this stuff up. But it's probably not enough. We may be able to make a core I don't think we've got enough for a core here, but we need to get, yeah, some computers and some fiber optics. But we might be able to salvage that here. There's a gun turret here we could have salvaged, but we don't need to. Now, again, you don't really, even though these thrusters appear to be on, when it's like this, it shouldn't use much fuel over having thrusters off, you see. As long as it's made that docking noise. Now, the first thing we're probably going to want here is there is a bunch of grow plots ready to go. These grow plots will be CV suitable grow plots as well, so we can grab these for later as well. Now, how many of these we can carry, I don't know, because if I remember rightly, they're quite heavy. Oh, no core. Don't make the mistake I was about to make, which was to take them without a core. Because, does this thing have a core? Because it's unusual to get so many things in one piece. No, it doesn't have a core. Okay, let's put this in salvage mode then for now, because I want to salvage to get enough bits to make a core. So we'll salvage these bits. Ooh, sure, we'll eat that. Why not? And ooh, we'll eat that too. Now, I don't mind salvaging. These fridges are easy to come by. I've literally just made one of these as well. Now, I know I don't get everything back when I salvage them, but them's the breaks. It's nothing too serious in terms of parts, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. That should be enough, I would think, to make a core. Let's have a look. Yes, thank you. And we'll grab that one anyway, because the steel plate's always good. But might as well grab those bits, we don't need them. I'm gonna grab the toilet intact, because I could do with a toilet and a shower. And I probably got the blocks back at home, but you know, why not grab them now? And then, oh yeah, I've forgotten I haven't put the core down yet. Let's slap the oldie core down. There you go, yoink, and then we can actually see what we've got as well here, and see if it's got as much as was being claimed. So just go into the P menu and we'll see what we've got. Always good to do this because it puts everything together for you. So there is a couple of thrusters, not a vast number, but a couple of thrusters, which will be a start. A whole bunch of doors and a bunch of deco blocks. Constructors, it's got two large constructors which I'll probably just take apart. We'll have a look through the cargo as well, because cargo and ammo always good. Probably be able to pick up some pieces from there. So play the drop down simulator game for a bit. Okay, with drop down simulator done, that's what we ended up with. And yeah, we'll probably see if we can grab the thrusters. Now, another tip if you're new to Empyrion on this is what we can do is we can tell it to show us the thrusters, and it will show us where the thrusters are. The other thing that might be worth grabbing is the fuel tank, and we can grab the fuel from it. We'll grab the grav gen. I saw that outside. There's in fact quite a few turrets, but most of them are sentry turrets, which we'll probably just take for parts. The O2 tanks are worth quite a chunk because they've got a lot of cobalt in them. Otherwise, not as much as many people said, but still not terrible. Now, how much space we're going to end up with, I don't know. I might end up using one of the cargo boxes here as storage, because one, this is going to have a crap ton of oxygen, and we're probably going to fill that up very quickly. Not too bad. And let's grab those. Now I know my ship, because obviously I built it, that it doesn't have any constructors or anything like that on board. It doesn't even have the O2 tanks or anything really on board. It is just a shell. Very much just a shell. Now, how much of this I can carry? Again, whoa, that's going to be very full. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll swap this one into the other container, which we should be able to do like this. That should fit in that container. I'll probably swap back then. We'll grab just a few extra bits here. Yoink, and I'll see if there's anything else of interest. I'll probably grab some of these sentry guns. Now, whether I'll use them as sentry guns, I don't know. I'll probably end up doing something else with them, possibly taking them apart. But yes, in the meantime, let me grab the rest of these, because I will grab these bits, the thrusters and anything else. There's a turret of value there, and I'll grab all of that for when we do have a CV. So you're coming back in, and we've got yet another base attack. We've got quite a lot of base attacks on this planet, that's for sure. So we got another base attack coming in. I'm assuming, no, from a different direction this time. Holy crap, there's quite a few again. Let's try and... oh my lord, there's at least 2 freaking troop transports this time. Let's try and draw these back a bit. Let's see if we can draw them out. Get rid of them. Come on. There's one down. As we draw them over towards the base, hopefully the base will start shooting at them as well in just a moment. There you go. Yeah, you're down. You're down. We could need a few more guns to deal with these. There you go. And now we've got a couple of troop transports here. But all I've done is deal with that DSC mid so far. There was one thing that was really nice, is there were some serious grow plots in there. I mean, fortunately, there's not really too much. Hello. Did I get out of that? Anything interesting? I already had the pulse rifle. Got a pulse rifle, which I actually quite like. I mean, it'd be better than the rifle I've got, and it uses projectile rounds. So we'll probably take that one, because yeah, that uses projectile rounds and it's a lot more fun to use. So we'll grab one of those. Yeah, but these base attacks mean business here. So I'm going to grab all these bits, and then we'll talk about what I got from the DSC mid that's actually going to be highly useful. Okay, so for starters, one, I've just used all the oxygen in the base. Bit of a bummer. but less of a problem than you might think, because now I can add a few more oxygen tanks to the base, because we have a bunch of oxygen tanks here somewhere, it says, or at least I thought we did. Any takers? Nope, not there. One of these. I put a whole bunch of oxygen tanks in. Now I've had to get rid of some of my xenosteel blocks to make space, because, well, we need to make space. So I'm going to turn the oxygen off here, so we'll have a bunch more oxygen anyway. But what I'm probably going to do is stick up here a couple of oxygen tanks, maybe. Not sure. Actually, I might stick them here and here. That'll do. There's a couple of oxygen tanks. And I did stick one solar battery there. I don't have any solar yet, but we will do, and we'll stick another solar battery there in time. But that's gonna be a whole bunch more oxygen storage available, which will be good, because now we're going to be able to actually make some oxygen, hopefully. Oxygen. It's one of these. There we go. We should be able to make a whole bunch of oxygen. Let's put it into the constructor output, please, so we can actually find it. Let's make, no, not 100. Let's make 20 odd. That'll do. We've already got a bunch there, but we could do with more, because trust me, it's always good to have plenty of oxygen. And while the oxygen is off, we're going to look at the other thing that was highly useful, which is on that base. One of the comments was very right. There was an absolute metric butt ton of, where is it? It's in Xenoblock store, I think. Xenoblocks 2 here. An actual metric butt ton of grow plots. So thank you for mentioning it, though please don't spoiler me too much, because I always forget these things and it's nice to rediscover them. But what I'm going to do is stand here so as things don't get too messy. Oh, and it's dark. No, that's because I've got the wrong weapon. Thank you. We'll take these and these. And this is why I turned the oxygen off, because if I didn't turn the oxygen off, I'd lose a bunch going down through here. Whereas these blocks, I believe, should be airtight. And we can put in, I'm going to leave a gap. But we should be able to put in probably at least 3 good size grow plot sections, which means we'll have plenty of food as we populate them. We won't even be able to populate them fully to start off with. I apologise, this is very dark. Hopefully it won't be dark for too long. Right, and we'll swap those in. Yoink, yoink, and we'll yoink, yoink, yoink. There we go. And that is grow plots in. Next you need 2 blocks and a light, so up here we're going to need another block, which what we'll do is we'll grab somewhere here. We have some basic concrete blocks, I think here. So here we'll just grab one of these and we'll put in my favorite one for grow lights. Actually, or do we be a little bit different? No, because that doesn't work like that, does it? You have to find the right one. There is one that does that, and it's not that one. But there is one that does it. I can't remember which one it is now. There is one that goes in on all sides and is flat on top. There's that one, which would be nice, but you can't really use that one either. I can't find the one I'm thinking of now. That's gonna bug me, you know. It's gonna bug me when I can't find the block I want. Never mind, I'm sure it's around here somewhere. God, you know, I just don't know. Never mind. The block I always tend to use for this is this one. So one of those, and then, yeah, there, you'll want it, and there, where we want it, and then we can slap some grow lights on there. I don't think we've got any grow lights at the moment, so I'll have to make a couple of those. So we should be able to make a couple of grow lights. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And something else I need to make, and probably need to unlock them, is some large solar panels. And that's because I want to start putting some solar down. Probably put some... Right, so the sun's typically going to go, I suspect, east to west, west to east, that sort of way, as is the prevailing normality. So I might actually put the solar panel in here if there's enough space. If not, which I suspect will be the case, I'll put them outside the base, and I'll just put a line of them down either side here. That way we'll pick up a bunch of extra power during the days, which will save us on our fuel. I mean, we're doing fine on fuel and we have fuel, but we might as well make it easy on ourselves, right? Right. So I will put those in manufacture as well. Let's make normal solar panels. Let's make not 100. Let's make 10. Oh no, that's the other one. Let's make 10 total. And that'll be fine. That'll be enough to help us out anyway. Right, so we'll stick the grow plots on, we'll stick some plants in, and we are going to be good to go. So I know this has been quite a buildy episode, this episode, which is not entirely unexpected, as it is time to build a base. Next time we will be searching, well, we might visit the Polaris and see whether we can get some repairs if we had some money. I'm not sure how much money we've got, but we've got some, so we'll probably have a look at that. And we'll also have a look and see what bases we can take on, what options we have around here for building ourselves up a bit further, because, well, that's going to be the next plan. But yeah, I'm going to finish laying this out, and I will say thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe as always, and join us again next time. As I say, we're probably going to start seeing if we can, we're not going to be able to take on the drone base, but there's probably something over here we can take out, and maybe over here. We'll have a look at what we can do. Thanks a lot.